Hi, it's Kevin here from Team Focus. I'd like to talk to you about lists. Lists are a great way to keep tasks of a similar type together, so you always know what to work on next, and it makes your life much easier. Now, you might be thinking about paper lists, where you write your tasks each day, and the next day you've got to rewrite any ones you haven't done. In Team Focus, lists are actually just saved searches. So all the tasks across your entire team can appear on one list, two lists, they can appear on every list, or they may even appear on no lists. So you may be wondering where they are. Well, every task in Team Focus is just stored against the team. All lists are just predefined searches. So let's look at a couple of lists now. To find lists, just look up at this Show My Lists button at the top of the screen, and down the left-hand side you'll see all of your lists show up. So at this point I can simply just click on any of my lists, and all those tasks will show up here on the right-hand side. Now, these little numbers in blue next to it are basically saying how many tasks there are on that list at any one time. So some of your team members or your team administrator has probably already made some lists for you, or when you sign up you originally get to pick a workflow and that comes with a few lists for you. So this video is about editing lists and the detailed part of lists, so let's have a quick look at one of these lists. If I put my mouse over with these My Active Task list, I can click on the little pencil that shows up, and that expands in to show me what this list is actually made of. Now, to know more about these words and what do they all mean, the best thing to do is watch the searching video, but I'll just go through that briefly now. At the top here you can see this is the name of the list, just My Active Tasks in this case. Down here, this is the search string that actually defines what tasks will be on that list. So just quickly going through these from left to right, Step Active just says show me everything where the step is at active. So if you look at the workflow overview, you'll see that all the different steps. This one's just saying show me all the tasks at the active step. There's another element here that constrains that search even further. It says worker me. So it's saying everyone with the worker field, which is a user field that your administrator's probably created, or we've used that as some of our samples. Show me every task where the worker is set to me, which is the currently logged in user. If someone else in your team logs in and clicks on this list, they will see their active tasks with the worker set to them. Now these last two things, sort by priority and sort by ID, is just saying on this list show me all the tasks sorted by the priority field, which is another field that your administrator's probably set up, and sort by ID. Now there's two sort bys here, so it's saying if there's multiple tasks with the same priority, then sort them by ID under that. So to save a list, just press save. It'll actually reload the list on the right hand side and actually collapse that screen for you. So a more advanced one, if you want to look at something like unallocated tasks, for example, I'll click on the pencil here. This one's actually saying -worker : star. Now this is basically saying show me everything without a worker and step active. So this is an easy way to say show me everything that's an active task but a worker hasn't been assigned yet. So if I click on that, click search, you can see here there's two. You can see the two up there. There's two tasks, and these tasks are both at the active step, but they haven't got a worker assigned. So that's probably something we want to have a look at to make sure that those tasks have been assigned to the right person. Now, I'm sure you can come up with great ideas for views. Like I said, we'll have a look at the searching video, or go into the search builder to help you decide what all this stuff should be. But there's some very complicated stuff that I'd like to show you very, very briefly. If you look at our meeting report, we actually have weekly meetings where we talk about all of the tasks on our list and what the things that have been closed recently and all the stuff that's active at the moment. So this one, for example, says show me everything that's on the basic workflow, and it has to either be active or waiting, or it can be completed as long as it was moved in the last week. Now you can see that that's quite a complicated search, and you don't really have to understand that, but that gives you an idea of all the advanced stuff you can do with searching. If you look at the help pages on searching, it'll show you how to do all of that. Now I'll just close those off. I just want to show you one more thing you can do with active tasks, for example. This is showing us all active tasks. Now, in the case where this is not just my active tasks, there is no, if you look at the description here, it just says step active. It doesn't say worker me or any worker at all. It just says show me everything at step active. Now when you have a whole lot of tasks at one step, it's often very handy to group by something. So if I click on this, you'll see that we now have group headings. So you can see, because it's grouped by worker, you can see all the worker headings every time worker field changes. So that's a great way to specify tasks by worker. We often have a lot of lists that group things by priority or group things by step. If you've got a list that shows a lot of tasks across a lot of different steps, group by step often makes it very easy to see what's going on in your team. Okay, so I'll close off that one now. The other thing to remember with all these lists, anyone in your team that creates one, they're actually visible to everybody. So anything you make in your team everyone in your team will have these. Now if you want a different one when you first log in, it'll always load the top one as your task list. So I find something like My Active Tasks to be very, very handy to have there, but you can actually just grab these and drag them around to different heights. You can make whichever one you like at the top, and that's stored per user. So you don't have to worry about any changes you make in this list, in the order of this list, affecting anyone else in your team. So you can just close that list there, and that's lists for you. So hopefully that's given you a good idea about how lists work in Team Focus. And if you have any other questions, I suggest you watch the video on advanced searching, and that'll show you all those different keywords, and have a little bit of a play with the search builder and see how that works. So thank you for watching this video. I hope this has made your life a little bit easier with using Team Focus, and you can really get some great things done with your team.